episode 4 of my Single Mom by Choice series. If you're new here, I am a single mom by choice to my daughter Evelyn, who is 4.5 years old. I am gay. I have a girlfriend now who was not in my life when my daughter was born. She's been my girlfriend now for the past year, and she lives 1,400 miles away. So I get a lot of questions in my day-to-day life about my choice to be a single mom, and I also get some questions on my YouTube channel, in particular from people who are considering trying to conceive as a single mom by choice. I'm going to do a 12-part series. You're watching part 4. I'm going to put the links to the other 3 episodes in the bottom here in the description. Feel free to check them out. And of course, as always, I welcome your questions and your comments. I love your feedback. I love your messages. So please keep them coming. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Please like this video and help me grow my channel, because you guys would not believe the rigmarole I just went through to get this camera set up. So it's not even 7:30 at night, and it's dark outside. Now, my home gets really great natural lighting in the daytime, especially in the late afternoon, which is a perfect time for filming, except my little girl is wide awake and talking constantly because she's a talker, and she needs my attention, so it's hard to film these vlogs at that time. So nighttime, when she's asleep, is the best time to do it, but I'm working with very basic equipment. The lighting isn't even good right now, but it's the best I could do, so thanks for bearing with me. So today's episode is inspired by a question that I got from a YouTube viewer, and I'm just pulling it up here now. She asked, I have one question. I'm also in the process of deciding. My question is, if your daughter misses a father in her life, do you think it's fair from a child's point of view? This stops me from going through it. Thank you for your thoughts. First of all, great question, and it's one that I think a lot of people ask themselves but are afraid to ask me out loud. When I was considering becoming a single mom by choice, so first of all, I should say I'm gay. So whether I am in a relationship or not, my child won't ever have a father who is a day-to-day parent, because it's just not within the realm of possibilities for me in my life, because I'm a woman who loves women, and I have only ever had relationships with women, and my current partner is a female. And she's also a single mom, and she has a 4-year-old daughter. She is not a single mom by choice. She has a co-parent, and so our experiences are a little bit different that way. And we also really truly get each other's lives. So I'm not really sure I could ever be in a relationship with a non-parent at this point in my life. But that's probably something for a whole different episode. Love life and the single mom. Who wants to hear about that? Thumbs up. Give this video a like if you want to hear about what a love life of a single mom is like, trying to date. I think that's going to be a next episode. Anyway, when I was trying to conceive as a single mom, I definitely had thoughts like, am I cheating my child out of having another parent? Am I cheating her out of having the support and the love of another parent? Because, you know, my best friend helps me raise my daughter. She may as well be my co-parent at this point. My mom and my dad love my daughter so much. Now, they live a 6-hour drive away. I have friends here who are essentially family who love Evelyn. But at the end of the day, it is just me and Evelyn, and so she has the steadfast love of only one parent. Now, that's not to say that other people aren't as emotionally invested in her growing up as I am. They definitely are, but the responsibility falls on my shoulders, and, you know, she knows in her heart and in her mind that she only has one parent. What do you think about just living with you and Mommy?
Happy.
You feel happy? Yeah? What makes you feel happy about it?
That I only love you the most.
You love me the most? I love you the most too, sugar. So that was definitely a question I asked myself. Am I cheating my kid out of having a 2-parent home? And what will she miss out on as a result of that? Honestly, I don't know the answer to that, because, you know, there have been times in Evelyn's life that, you know, I've been making dinner and she needs my attention, and my choice is I either burn dinner or I ask her to wait. So she has learned that sometimes, you know, Mommy is only one person and I can only do one thing at a time, or 2 things at a time, depending on what I'm doing. And so she has learned that, you know, I can only do so much, and sometimes she's got to wait. And the same thing with when it comes to even just having a shower. She's always had to entertain herself when I'm in the shower because there's never been any other parent here to mind her or take care of her. When she was a baby, I had to get creative, and I'd sometimes stick her in the laundry basket and put the laundry basket in the bathroom with me. She could just sit in there and play with her toys while I had my shower. But when she was a toddler, she was on her own. Now, I had to make sure she was safe, of course, but she's always been very good at entertaining herself and keeping herself happy. And I think that is the reasons for that are twofold. One, she's an introvert, so she likes her quiet, she likes her space, and she has a very rich, imaginative world in her mind that she can go to at any time when she's playing with her toys on her own. And the second reason is because she's just basically been forced to entertain herself at times because she only has one parent. So when I'm busy, she doesn't have anybody else here to entertain her. She doesn't have another parent who can answer the call or, give her some focused attention when I'm doing something. So I actually think that has helped Evelyn and learning patience and understanding, and also and I don't think it's done any damage to her. I don't think she misses out on anything and not having a second parent in this home in terms of that. So, and also when it comes to love, I also don't think she's being cheated out of anything because there is so much love in our lives. And the number one thing I tell women who are considering being single moms by choice is that you have to have a strong support network. It doesn't have to be big. It just needs to be strong. I lean very heavily on my best friend for virtually every single day of my life. I lean heavily on her, whether it's for emotional support or childcare. Thankfully, we have children who are only 5 weeks apart, and they're in the same class this year, kindergarten, so we help each other a lot with childcare. I could not do this on my own. I just couldn't. Now, I don't have anybody else really that I can rely on for help consistently. I do have a lot of emotional support from my girlfriend, but she's from a distance, so there's really not a whole lot she can do to help me in the day-to-day. Same with my parents. They live 6 hours away, so although they can provide me incredible emotional support, they can't really do much in the day-to-day to help me with childcare or anything like that. So I've learned to manage pretty much well and truly on my own, with the exception of my best friend, who I lean on a lot. So the number one tip that I always give women or parents who are considering becoming a single parent by choice is to build your support network and make sure it's strong. So if you watched episode 3 of the Single Mom by Choice series, you know that I used a known donor to conceive my daughter. And he is a wonderful man, and when I conceived, he was actually living here in Toronto. Since then, when Evelyn was around 1.5, he moved down to South Florida where he lives with his partner. And so we don't see him that often, but we do occasionally FaceTime or Skype with him. We do see him when we visit Florida, and he's come here to visit Evelyn before on her birthday. So he is involved to some degree. I update him. I send him photos. Every once in a while I'll send him an Evelyn update, and I think he actually watches this vlog. So he does know, he is in our lives, in the periphery. He loves Evelyn, and I know that he prays for her, and he sends her love every day, and she knows that too. I make sure that she always knows that he loves her. Her opinions on him have changed, as she's grown and matured. At first, I remember one time when she was 2, she was attending daycare, and she was talking about daddies. And because she was so little, every time she'd see a man out in public, she'd point and say, "Daddy, daddy, daddy, daddy." And I'd have to explain, "No, that's not your daddy, that's a man. Not all men are daddies," etc. And, as she's matured, she's been able to understand that our family is unique, and that we don't have a daddy who lives with us, but she does have a daddy who lives far away and still loves her and is there for her when she gets older and has questions and that sort of thing. And so if somebody said to you, "Hey Evelyn, tell me about your family," what would you say? Tell them about your family then.
I forget about them. I don't know really a lot about them.
You don't know about your family?
No.
Who's in your family?
Mimi, that's my grandma.
Who else?
Pappy, my cousins.
Yep. Anyone else?
Aunt Hannah. Michelle.
Anyone else?
Valerie.
Valerie's the neighbor, honey. She's not your family.
Why?
Well, because she's just not your family. But who is your family that lives here with us in Toronto?
But maybe there's
No, no, no. They don't live with us. But who's our Toronto family?
Moopy, Henry, Eddie, oh, and Sassy Elisa.
Sassy Alicia?
No, Sassy.
Oh, Shashy Alicia. Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
Sassy.
So, do you love your family?
Yes,
What?
I can even do a robot.
Okay. Whoa, you're good at that.
Deactivating.
Okay. So tell me, I have one more question, okay?
Do the robot.
I have one more question. My question is, if you could change anything about your family, would you change something about your family?
Never.
Never.
Never, ever.
And why not?
Cause the reason why, cause I never want to make my family die.
Yeah. Yeah, you like your family the way it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I chose to be a single parent, working with a known donor was important to me because I really wanted my child or my children to have the option to meet their donor/dad before they turned 18. It just felt like that was something that would be important for my child since our family is so unique. I may have felt differently if I had a partner who was involved from the beginning. Maybe I wouldn't have felt so compelled to use a known donor. I'm not sure, I can't speak to that, but I do know that it was very important for me, for my child to have that option and to feel that love and to be able to reach out to this individual, her dad, her donor, whenever she wanted to and not, at some arbitrary number when she turned 18. So that was important to me. So I don't really feel that my daughter is cheated out of not having a dad because although hers is not involved in the day-to-day, he is in our lives and he does love her and she knows that. So when you ask my daughter about her family, she's 4.5, keep in mind. So to her, this is normal. She knows that there are a lot of kids with a mom and a dad. She goes to kindergarten. She knows what normal is. That being said, because I'm gay, most of my friends are gay, and for the most part, she is with other kids who have one or two moms. So, again, this is her normal. I know that there are some people who would say that children of single moms are at a disadvantage. I know that some people think that single moms are a drain on society because of the stigma that comes with single motherhood. I also know that I have some privilege as a single mom by choice because when I tell people that I'm a single mom by choice, that comes with almost them being astonished and calling me brave and courageous instead of looking down on me. So I do have some privilege as a single mom by choice. I move away from that stigma a little bit. I'm not saying it's fair, but that's just the way it is. There was a recent study, and I know you can find studies to back up virtually any opinion or belief that you have, but there was a recent study that came out, and I'm going to read. It compared children who grow up in single mom by choice households to those who grow up in heterosexual households, and it found that there was virtually no differences in the emotional well-being of the children and their success in life. There was virtually no difference. I'll post the link to this study in the description just for you folks who are curious. I think that Evelyn and I, because we've always been a duo, we just make an incredible team and we are really, really good together, and she knows it. She knows that it's just me and her, and we're in this together. And sometimes she gets an attitude and she tells me that we're not friends anymore and that sort of thing, but for the most part, she knows that she and I are together, we're in this together, and our bond is incredibly strong. And that is, I think, in part because I have been the only one to really raise her. I've been the one to love her every night. I've been the one to wake up with her every morning. And I think that has made our bond incredibly strong. And that is one of the reasons why I am so happy that I was a single mom by choice, because I have that bond with my daughter. And I think that it will be undying. Fingers crossed it lasts through the teen years. Fingers crossed. So anyway, in short, if you've just fast forwarded, the answer is no, I don't think I'm cheating my kid out of anything and not having an involved father in her life or even an involved second parent. I'm not really cheating myself out of anything either, although there are struggles in being a single mom by choice. And yeah, as I say in all of my videos, this was by far the best decision I ever made. I highly recommend it to those of you who have your shit together. And don't And my grandma always used to say, if you wait for the perfect time to have a baby, you're never going to have a baby. There's never a perfect time to have a baby. But if you feel like you've got most of your ducks in a row and you have a strong support system, go for it. If you've been feeling a calling in your heart to be a single parent by choice, there comes a point in time when you have to let go of your worries, trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and just go for it. Thank you all for watching. In the next episode, I'm going to talk about single mom by choice and dating. And I've got a lot of thoughts about that. And so, yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you are a single mom by choice and you have some dating stories to share, please message me. I'd love to share your stories. I'd love to hear from you on this because, I only have my experiences as dating as a lesbian in a big city. And so my experience will probably vary from, say, a heterosexual woman in a small town or even a lesbian in a small town. So, yeah, so stick around for my thoughts on dating as a single mom in the next episode. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.